Greetings, I'm Martin Crabtree from the Mercer County Community College Library. I'm going to talk a little bit about using ebooks as a source of information for your research. The college library has two ebook collections available to you, Ebook Central, formerly known as eBrary, and EBSCO eBooks. Ebook Central is the larger of the two collections. We'll be focusing on that in just a moment. You access the ebooks directly from the MCCC Library's homepage under the Quick Links section of the page. You use a web browser to search the ebooks, just kind of like you would do with a database and such. You may download an ebook to your computer or other device. You may need to have an app or something like that installed on the device. The website will assist you with that process. You get to keep the book for 14 days. Few books are 7, most are 14. Personally, I find downloading the books to be a little bit restrictive because I'm only allowed to use that one single device for accessing the book. If I downloaded an ebook to my smartphone, for example, I'd have to use my smartphone. I couldn't move over to my, say, laptop and look at the book there. You may download a portion of the book in the PDF format. Often between about 40 and 100 pages on average are available to you to download. You can't download the entire book. The number of pages is limited by the publisher. So let's take a look at Ebook Central for a moment and see what it has to offer us. I'm out now live to the College Library's homepage. Here's the quick link section over to the left. Below the databases link, here we have the two ebook options, Ebook Central and EBSCO eBooks. I'll click on the Ebook Central link. Remember, we have to log in because we're off campus right now. And if you're having any difficulty logging into the library's resources, please contact us, library@mccc.edu. We want to make sure you have access to everything you need for your work. We now have a search box. We can execute our search. Say, I'm looking for women and gender role in society. Notice that I used the quotation marks around the words gender role to lock those two words together. We'll execute the search. I now have my results up on the screen. I can work my way down the list of titles to see what might work for me. For example, say this title, Psychology of Gender, looks interesting and I want to look at it more closely. I can click on the title to start stepping into the book. The opening screen gives me some added information about the book. Publication information appears here on the right. Options to download the book and such appear in the middle of the page. If I scroll down a little bit, I'll see the different sections and portions of the book. If I see a section or chapter that I'm particularly interested in, I can read it online. I'll also download it as a PDF as long as I do not go over the number of pages permitted to me for this book. This book's a bit generous. They offer us 165 pages to download, so lots of pages we could download as a PDF. I encourage you to read the book online. This will allow you to look over the book and decide whether it's truly useful or not, and also has a number of other features that will make it helpful when using the ebooks. I'm going to click on that now. We now have the ebook up on the screen. And we get the cover of the book and all the other information, the title page, the information on the back of the title page with all the copyright information, things like that. And if we work our way down the book a ways, we'll get to the actual text of the book. Currently, our terms have been searched for us in the book, and you can see graphically how each of the terms show up in each chapter. Kind of very similar in all the different sections of the book. But for example, say within the search terms that I used, women and gender role and society, I'm interested in the concept of women as a mother. I could search for the word mother within the book, and now it'll show me how many times, in this case 27, and where in the book the term mother is actually used. And again, graphically, I can see which sections and chapters use the term the most. Chapter 2 uses it a little more frequently. If I click the down arrow here, it'll open up the list and show me every place that the word is used. Clicking here, for example, on page 36 will take me to page 36, and you can see right here the term mother is highlighted, and from here we can read into the book and see if it's useful for us. We have some options up here that will help us out. Firstly, the speech bubble with the quotation marks will get us the citation. We'll need that citation for our list of sources. This database defaults to MLA formatting, so I have an MLA formatted citation here. I can copy that, drop it into my Word document. You're going to have to do some formatting to make sure it's all formatted properly in Word. Also look it over, make sure everything is indeed correct. The citations are generally pretty good, but I wouldn't say they're perfect. We also have the option of using some other styles and such. Say I'm working in the APA formatting, I can switch over to APA and get the citation information that way. I can download the entire book here. I can get PDF portions and download chapters of the book if I wish to. I'd also like to talk about something called the bookshelf. The bookshelf can be a very useful tool for you to access and kind of retain information. I want to show you about the bookshelf. First thing we're going to need to do, though, is to click on bookshelf, but first we have to sign in. If I click on bookshelf, it's going to ask me to sign in first, so we want to sign in first. Now, signing in involves you setting up an account. This is your own personal account, just like, say, you set up an account with Facebook, an account with Google, an account at Amazon, things like that. You do this personally. This is not something from the college. You need to access Ebook Central through the college, but once you're here, you click on sign in. You can create an account. Clicking on create an account, put in your information, name, email address, a password, and off you go. I already have an account, and I'm going to sign myself in. And once I'm signed in, now the bookshelf becomes active and live. Again, I'm going to have to hunt down my book real quickly, pull it back up. Read online. And now I can use the bookshelf feature. The book with the plus sign will add the book to my bookshelf. The bookshelf is kind of your personal space for saving books, setting aside books and such. I use it instead of downloading a book myself. Clicking on it will add it to my bookshelf. Another feature that's convenient to have if we work our way into the text and such, we're reading the book and we're finding some interesting information. We want to use something. We can highlight things. And then using the highlighting tool, we can say highlight this in pink. We can color code our highlighting if we're so inclined. I can highlight something else here. Say I'll do it in blue. And I'll do this portion here in yellow. I can highlight in different colors. Going back to my bookshelf here, clicking on it will bring up a list of all the books that I've set aside on my bookshelf, many of which come from teaching various classes. For example, say I want to go back to this book here, Food is Love, Advertising and Gender Roles in Modern America. I can click on the title and it will take me right back to that ebook. And if I want to get to the highlights that I put into the book, Ebook Central calls the highlights annotations. And the star over here, the star button, clicking on that will show me the annotations that I've created. I've created 3 annotations in Chapter 2, 3 in Chapter 4. Again, if I use the drop down here, it shows me where I have my annotations. If I want to go to, say, page 154, I can click on that and it takes me to my annotation and I can continue from here with my work. Now it's your turn to use some ebooks. Remember, library is here to help you. library@mccc.edu. Please contact us. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Please ask for help. That's what we're here to do.